Well, good morning and welcome to GoldAcre. Today we've got an absolutely gorgeous ground floor, one bedroom apartment to show you that has its own private garden, jacuzzi, beautiful sun decking area, and you are literally 3 minutes to the beaches in front of the 5-star Bahia Real Hotel. Literally just around the corner then is Secrets Bahia Real, beautiful 5-star hotel on the beachfront. It has its own beach that looks out towards Lobos Island. Of course, that's a really, really popular place for water sports as well. And then around on the other side, again, about a 6-minute walk away, is the central commercial of Campanario with a beautiful clock tower. There's loads of shops, bars, and restaurants here. And there's also weekly markets that are very, very popular indeed. And so you've got all the services in walking distance from your apartment. Well, here we are now at the property itself. And as you can see, you've got this really beautiful front entrance gate that comes into this front garden. Gorgeous pathway that leads up to the main entrance. On this side, you'll notice some plastic grass, and on this side as well, there's actually quite a bit of space here. You can actually sit out here and enjoy this front garden area. Lovely little arch here, look, for example. It's just a beautiful front entrance, and there is car parking here and designated to this property as well. Well, I should warn you, I'm absolutely in love with this property already. Just the attention to detail and the material finishes. Beautiful tile work as you're coming in this front entrance. Again, a very, very pristine and well maintained property, this indeed. Very attractive entrance, but let's get you inside now. Just coming through the archway and the main door entrance leads you into this really huge living room space here. Absolutely beautiful, the sofa. And look, you can actually see your glass sliding doors that lead you outside to the terraces. So let me just show you in a little bit more detail in terms of the lounge and the main entrance hallway look that leads you in. Now this property is sold, furnished, and it is beautifully decorated. Look, in that teak finish there. Triple sliding doors lead out to that gorgeous terrace area. I'll show you that in just a moment. But first, let me get you through this property because there's so much to show you. Very comfortable sofa, TV area here. There is space on the right-hand side here next to the kitchen for a more formal internal dining space. Beautifully lit here, look, above. But to be honest, there's so much space outdoors, I don't think you really need that. And then coming into the kitchen, another archway. Again, you'll notice ventilation on the left, down LED lights all the way through this property. Just beautifully presented. Gorgeous floor tiles here. And you'll notice those little LED twinklers on the bottom there. You do have a full hob induction oven, double sinks here, plenty of space for storage. And then on this side, yes, that is a wine chiller there. Very, very important indeed. And of course, you have that microwave built in also. Just coming back through the main entrance hallway, and across the hallway is this shower room. All the internal doors are brand new, really, really top quality. On the right-hand side here, look, gorgeous sink area, a beautiful mirror. Beautifully tiled also, you'll notice here, a Silestone countertop. That door there on the right, a little bit ajar, that's actually a washing machine. Look at the floor tiling here, coming in a very modern style of walk-in shower, beautifully tiled that just echoes the kitchen finishes there. And just behind the door here, you'll notice also, of course, floating WC and built-in cistern. There is an extraction system there, look. The shower is a cascade waterfall shower. And then let me get you to the master bedroom. Across the hallway here, beautiful wardrobes, look, and storage areas. Now almost duck egg blue finish. And then just look at this as a master bedroom. Very, very spacious left to right. Plenty of space for two singles pushed together, 180 if you want. Full bank of wardrobe space here. And you do have that ventilation window looking out to your front entrance porch. Again, just another angle so you can see the size of this room. And again, beautifully decorated. It is sold furnished, as I said earlier, it's ready to go. Okay, well now let's get you outside. Gorgeous, beautiful covered terrace here. There's actually little fairy lights looking down here, and it leads straight out to your rear garden. Of course, that beautiful jacuzzi. Okay, so the first thing really to mention when you step out here, firstly, this is completely covered over and protected. You might just see some of those little fairy lights on an evening. Very, very attractive to have that. Lovely archway that leads you out to the garden. And then just look at the floor tiles. Again, beautifully decorated here. And then coming out, you'll notice all that sunshine. Look at the space that this property has. This rear garden. Very, very private here. You'll notice one neighbour there on the left upstairs. Nobody immediately above you here. And that's probably why it just feels so much more private than the other properties. And again, just coming to that dining terrace. The raised decking area here, look, beautiful solid wood, leads you up to the jacuzzi. I thought I'd just put the bubbles on for you so you can see that. Again, it's a very private space here. It's a beautiful jacuzzi. Actually has a separate power cable and source there for isolation. And then you can see really as an overview, the kind of general space this back garden gives you. Now this property really is beautifully presented, especially with the planting that you have, these succulents. And then coming around the corner here, little coffee table and your barbecue. Now it's a gorgeous barbecue, very, very useful with the weather that we have here. Look, there's even a little prep station on the right hand side in natural granite. And we do have this storeroom as well. Now in most of the other properties, they've actually used this storeroom for further accommodation because you can actually get a single bed in. In this case though, you'll see the shelves are there. There's actually a natural skylight. It's double glazed. And you'll notice on this side, there's actually the hose, but also water filtration for the property itself. Well now, I did warn you that I've fallen in love with this property, and it's absolutely true. Just a couple of points. Firstly, location and position, as you know, is always very, very important to me. We are a 4-minute walk down to the commercial centre of Campanario, which is a fantastic convenience here with the supermarket. But there are, more importantly, those lovely markets that they have during the week. There's some beautiful coffee shops there and shops and restaurants as well. And then on the other side, just around the corner, literally 30 seconds walk, are the natural part of the dunes that leads down to the Atlantic Ocean from here. And behind me, you can see actually the building that was part of the Kempinski Hotel originally. On the other side of that is the 5-star Bahia Real Hotel and local beaches there. So a phenomenal position. On top of that is the property itself. Now, it's a 1-bedroom with the possibility of using that additional space if you have some overflow or visiting friends and families, although there's plenty of space for the sofa bed area in the living room as well. This property is all about the attention to detail. Gorgeous kitchen, the tile work, just the layout and all the material finishes there, the electrodomestics, if you like. Absolutely gorgeous. And of course, the bedroom is very, very comfortable and quite spacious also. The bathroom to die for, very modern in its styling. And of course, the tile work there echoing the kitchen as well, as does the front entrance tile work coming out to this rear terrace. And that's the other key point here. We are in walking distance of the main town, but it feels very, very much more private. And to have a property like this that has this kind of outside private space really is fantastic when you think about our lifestyle here in Fuerteventura. Well, I hope that's been helpful. All the details of this property, of course, on the website. I do believe this property will go to the first person that visits it. So I suggest you click the link here on YouTube so you can see the full details on our website and the price, and get in touch with the team if this is the property for you. Hope to see you soon.